Alright guys, what do we have today? Unknown Fila box. Kind of unusual. This particular model is not to be released in the States, I don't believe, or I don't think has been released. For now, this model is actually overseas only, so I had to order it from European sites. But it's a model that I remember from back in the old days, and actually it was kind of popular back in the day. A little bit of history. If you Google the model, I'm going to give it away. It's called Fila Classico. You can probably reach out the page of old East Bay magazine that's around 94, 95 maybe, and you can see the retro there. So the actual model is dating a little bit earlier, kind of like around 80s. I'm not entirely sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. But the retro was around 94, 95, and this is actually a very classical model. Very similar to a lot of other classical models like the Reebok's GL 6000, a lot of New Balances models. So actually, it's have the same sort of a spirit from those old days. Without prolonging it too long, let's go right into it. And that's it. Fila Classico. All right, so here is the sneaker. I can tell right off the back, excellent execution from Fila. This model is just something very old. I remember from the old days. Like I said, something I really like. Materials wise, excellent execution as well. You can see this long haired suede that is on the upper. The whole upper is actually constructed by this long hair suede, the mesh, and of course some hints of the synthetic leather. No real cushioning here, of course. It's just the EVA foam midsole. The outsole is kind of like the waffle style, or whatever you're gonna call it. Just the old style old fashioned outsoles. But this upper is just amazing. Of course, oval laces that Fila likes to use in pretty much all of their models. Just this look of this old-fashioned kind of sneaker, and of course on the tongue here, if you could look, it says Fila Athletic Footwear, established 1911, and this is absolutely true. Fila initially as a company was established in 1911, so this is they're a company with over 100 years old history. So kudos to Fila making a big comeback this year, and of course last year with a lot of popular models. Kudos for them for bringing up the quality back in the game, having high quality sneakers for a reasonable amount of money. I know it sounds kind of like a oxymoron today for us, knowing many other companies are not obeying this old formula, having a good quality and still reasonable price, but it is what it is today, and I'm glad that just Fila is still true to this motto. Fila on the back tab. This is synthetic leather. Underneath, this blue, you can see how it changes the color when you brush it. Long-haired suede mesh along the side. Mesh for ventilation on the toe box. Mesh tone. Actually, the tone is pretty good padded. I like the padding on the tone. It's nice, it's spongy. And you can see the European sizing 41. This is basically 8.5 US. That is my size. Heel tab is good padded. The overall comfort of this sneaker, I gotta say, it's pretty amazing. I tried it on before I did this unboxing sort of review, and it's very comfortable. I gotta say, it's a surprisingly comfortable sneaker. Very summerish kind of sneaker. It's with this mesh helps a little bit with the breathability. It's definitely something I will be rocking a lot this summer. I really like this Fila logo on the side. If you can kind of see it in angle, it is kind of rubbery, very embossed, textured Fila logo. I love this. It's really nice. Besides that, you can see the Fila logo is in the insole, tongue, back heel tab, and of course the outsole. Fila Classico. I have to say, Fila needs to bring these kind of models back into the States. I think right now there is a market for similar sneakers. As you can see, New Balance and even Asics and some of the other companies that were not very hyped until recently, they enjoy the fame of releasing old models like the 774 and 996 and all the other old-fashioned models. They were, initially made in USA, made in Maine, and this was one of their advertisement points back in the day for those companies. But Fila, with a company with such a great and old history in the making, over 100 years again, and coming back strong with a lot of good models. I'm sure this model is very popular here in Europe, but I think it can be very popular in the States as well. Even if they even try to just bring limited quantity and sell it through some boutiques, I'm sure people will love it. I mean, this is great look. This dark navy with gray, little hints of black, this mesh and the orange hints on the midsole and this synthetic leather. I think it makes a very good package. A very good looking sneaker. Probably will look good with jeans. Also will look good with shorts. So if you really like it, if you are not afraid of ordering overseas, and you're not too afraid about is it your right size or any of that, you can head over to any of those European sites that sell Fila and just buy this model. I definitely love it. I will be rocking it a lot this summer, so that's pretty much it. Thank you very much, guys. For more sneaker information, release dates, sneaker history, anything related with pretty much all the brands, head over to collectivekicks.com. You can find a lot of that information there, and of course, stay tuned to my channel. There will be a lot of more videos coming in, a lot of giveaways, basically a lot of good stuff for sneakers. So thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.